Hey juicers, welcome back to Harley Throttle Juice. Heading toward the very small Riverside town of Spencer on the central coast of New South Wales in Australia. This is the old Pacific Highway, which used to be the main thoroughfare between New South Wales, between the Central Coast and Sydney. And there's the M1 there, which is now the main thoroughfare, down to Sydney and then up to Newcastle and eventually Brisbane if you want to keep going that far. But this road here is a ripper, and it's not only a haven for cruisers, but super popular for sport bikes. And you can see some maniacal stuff going on this road on most weekends. So this is the tunnel in Somersby on the central coast of New South Wales. This is where we did, well, a few photo shoots, but this is where we did this particular one with the mighty Sam Taylor on her Iron 883 Harley. So I've kind of taken my own advice today from the previous episode, and thanks for checking that out. What's the soundtrack of your life? So today I've actually I don't have it on at the moment, but I've actually been playing one of the playlists, one of the many playlists that I've stored into my phone, mainly to be played on the bike, kicking back with a variation of tunes. And as I said in that previous episode, I'm typically a rock and metal guy. I actually don't, this will sound strange to many, but I actually don't like listening to metal on the bike. I just find the bluesy and hard rock stuff easy and more purposeful on the bike. It just seems to resonate with me more on the bike. So I think I've got 7 playlists on this phone. Some of them have got metal in them, but the last handful, Rochelle reacting to the strong wind and the dust storm that just hit us. The last few, including the one I was listening to earlier today, are more bluesy orientated, bluesy rock, and even going back as far as Joe Walsh and stuff like that from the Joe Walsh solo albums. Magic stuff. Geez, I tell you what, I mean, I'd be doing it anyway because I'm filming and it's a lot easier to film in the full face, but I'm glad I've got the full face on today because there is a lot of branches and twigs and shit like that flying around with this wind. And I can't remember which helmet Rochelle put on. From here, it looks like she's got the Scorpion open face, not the Shark helmet that she's got, which has got a false front on it. It turns it into a full face, but in terms of technically having chin protection, etc., you don't have that. No, I think it's definitely the open face because I'm just remembering now that the Shark helmet that she's got has got a large, glittery, blingy Harley Davidson sticker in the center on the back. So she'll be having some fun here today with this stuff flying around. And here we are, the tiny little riverside town of Spencer. welcome to Spencer on the central coast of New South Wales in Australia. Lucky that wind's died down.
Oh my God. I think I copped a twig in the face, and it literally just reminded me of the conversation I had with Monkey Butt about getting bugs in my face with my open face helmet. You jinxed me, monkey.
I think you jinxed yourself. You should have looked at the forecast and known that it was windy. I did say to the folks in the helmet a little earlier on, I wasn't sure which helmet you had on, and then I realised that you didn't have the blingy Harley Davidson sticker, which means you've got the Scorpion open face, which means it's twiggy in the face time.
Well, I'm in the process of changing helmets because I've dropped the shark helmet twice now.
I'm going to have to pay for an expensive helmet for her.
I really like that Glamster that Rob
Oh, what?
Yeah.
I mentioned the showy Glamster to you
Rob
on
said
set.
it. Hi, Rob.
I think I'm going to have to throttle him down under. He might enjoy that. I don't know. I'm joking.
You know what? You're giving the viewers a wrong impression of your little sexual orientation.
Of my lifestyle? Yeah. Well, they all now know that I'm a huge Judas Priest fan, and we all know what the singer of Judas Priest gets up to. But there's nothing wrong with that.
So
He's a legend.
Should I be worried? Is what I'm saying.
Well, when I stop playing with certain areas of your anatomy, then you might be a little concerned. Until then...
And you talk about me...
Bring it on, sister. Rochelle, you've been here more often than me. Tell the folks about the little town of Spencer.
Spencer. So it is a little town in the middle of Wiseman's Ferry and Pete's Ridge. It's a great little biker spot, and there is a famous little cafe here that does a burger deal for bikers. So burger, chips and a drink for $10. That's
just had one. Really good burger.
Was. And this spot is also very famous for my bestie Sam Taylor deciding to jump in clothes and all to cool down on a 45-degree day.
You don't need to keep looking up at the camera, just keep talking.
Well, it's very off-putting.
Is it?
Yes. But anyway, it's a great little spot. The roads are magnificent, and people normally do the loop from the old road, Wisos, then back to...
It's a bit of a sport bike paradise, isn't it?
Isn't it? What?
They do some maniacal stuff. But don't carry on as if you'd like to ride through there like that.
Oh, if I could, I would.
Would you?
Oh, shit, yeah.
Maybe Chewy will lend you the ZZR.
We'll have to get Ash on here and she can show me how to do it.
Oh, yeah. I have no desire to ride like Ash.
But can you get your knee down that far?
No!
What about your hip?
I barely got... Gun sticking into my hip. I barely got onto the seat here. Bad back, bad hip. But anyway, the wind's died down, so we might even get Drone and Keating up in the air over this little area and do a circle and a rocket and a helix, a droney. Listen to Rochelle picking up on all the lingo.
I don't just sit there and look pretty, you know. I do some of the editing.
That's basically all she does. You do no editing at all. Code Grey, people like that are starting to mention or starting to imply that sometimes she has something to do with the edit. Nothing. She literally lies on the end of the bed behind me going, oh, what are you doing there?
I'm the creative director, Mr. Brooks.
Oh, jeez.
Anyway, enough of that. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, we really appreciate your support as always.
And we're looking forward to seeing you all.
December 4, Grey Gum Cafe on the Putty Road. Obviously a lot of New South Wales folk are going to be there, but by the looks of things, a lot of interstate people are planning to come. It's going to be a ripper.
If Gladys lets us out.
Oh, I think we'll be right by December 4, don't you? I think we'll be fine. We're looking forward to it. And then we've got a ride happening the next day. It's going to be killer. Anyway, so from the tiny little town of Spencer, it's Roger and Rochelle Brooks. Going into news reader mode again. Peace out. Thanks for watching. See you next time on Harley Throttle Juice.